G'day, welcome back to Buildsome. In this video, what I want to show you is different roof styles. So we're going to go through the different styles. Some of the names might be different for different areas, different regions, different countries. I actually had an interesting conversation online the other week with someone from America about the names that they call their roofs, and they're a little bit different to ours. So this is what we teach in Australia, in New South Wales especially, and it may vary for different regions, but we'll just go through them. So you can see the first one here. This is what we call a mono slope or a skiing roof, so just basically a flat sloped roof. Sometimes it's also called a lean-to, especially if it's off the side of an existing building. Okay, so there's a monoslope or a skiing roof. And some other variations on that. So basically this is what they call a troughed roof or a butterfly, but basically it's two monosloped roofs meeting in the middle with a box gutter down the center. Okay, very fashionable nowadays. Seem to be lots of architects designing this style of roof nowadays. Butterfly. Staying with the flat type roofs, this is what they call a sawtooth. It's seen a lot on factory buildings, mainly because what you can do with this side here, as you can see, you can have windows in there, which lets a lot of light into the building. Very simple flat roof, but again, you're going to end up with a gutter in there, a box gutter, which can be a bit of a pain. The other one, which is similar to a Dutch gable, and they're quite often, called Dutch gables, is a gambrel. Gamble's basically got half the height of the roof is the gable end, and half the height of the roof is the hip end. And this is the one I was talking to my American friend about. They call that the mansard I'm about to show you. They call that a gambrel. So going the other way around, we have a jerkin head roof. So the jerkin head roof has a flat end like our gable, but the very top of it's just been clipped off with to look like a hip end. Okay, and you might think you've never seen those around, but they, if you have a look, start having a look, you'll see them quite often. The actual roof is still over the main closed-in part of the building, so that'll be the difference with the bell cast and the station. We have the deck, which obviously has a deck on top, a viewing platform. Not seen too often, but they are around. The mansard, commonly used on American barns with gable ends rather than a hip end, but it basically has two pitches again. So it starts out fairly flat and then gets steeper on the sides as it comes down. And again, also used a lot in two-story renovations, so you can actually build a room into the ceiling or into the roof space. The monitor, which is pretty obvious. Think about a guard tower on a prison, so you can actually have a room in there with windows, or sometimes you see them that's just left open to let light down into the building. Then we have our Tudor. Okay, basically a Tudor roof is a 45-degree angle roof. This is a gable, so this pitch is 45 degrees, and whenever we have steep pitch roofs, you're probably going to see dormer windows which will let light into the roof space, because there'll probably be a room with that much room in the roof. You'll probably have a bedroom or something in there as well, so we have dormer windows to let the light into that. And then we get into a couple of really weird ones. The helm, which is again a bit of a weird combination of the gable and a hip. It'd be a nice way to finish off a tower or something. And one which is becoming more popular nowadays with the shade sail type setup is the hyperbolic paraboloid roof. So basically it's curved in all directions, so there's a big curve down here, it curves back up that way, which obviously forces a curve into there. So that's a bit of a weird shape, but think about stuff they're doing with shade sails and that sort of thing. That's the hyperbolic paraboloid roof. So that's all the roofs. Now you probably rarely see one of these by themselves. Lots of times, even with a broken hip and valley, they'll have a gable or a Dutch gable stuck on one end. They're all going to be used in combination to create the roof on the particular house that you're building. But that's the names and the basic forms that we use to construct